If you've been gardening for a while, or even just starting out, you've probably heard it 1,000 times. You need compost. Compost has become the golden word in gardening circles, almost treated like magic dust for the soil. But here's the thing I've learned through years of digging, observing, and experimenting: compost is overrated. Don't get me wrong, it has its place, but it's not the miracle we've been led to believe. Nature has already perfected a system that, honestly, beats compost piles every single time. Today, I want to show you how letting nature do the heavy lifting creates richer, healthier soil than we could ever replicate with a bin of kitchen scraps. This isn't just theory, it's what I've seen firsthand in my garden and out in the wild. Welcome to Soil Power, where we explore the hidden systems of the earth that grow stronger plants and healthier harvests, without always following the conventional rules. When we think about compost, we imagine a neat pile of rotting scraps magically turning into black gold. The truth is, composting is a human attempt to speed up what nature already does perfectly. And while it can produce good results, it comes with limitations. For one, compost piles require a careful balance of browns and greens, moisture and aeration. Too wet, and it turns slimy. Too dry, and it barely breaks down. Too small, and it doesn't heat up. Too big, and it's unmanageable. Even when you get it right, the finished product doesn't necessarily contain everything your soil ecosystem needs. Worse yet, when gardeners focus only on compost, they often ignore the far more powerful natural processes happening beneath their feet. That's where the real soil transformation takes place. Take a handful of leaf litter in the forest. No one is turning that pile. No one is watering it. No one is worrying about carbon to nitrogen ratios. Yet year after year, the soil beneath is dark, fertile, and teeming with life. Why? Because the soil food web is doing the work. Earthworms, fungi, bacteria, beetles, and microbes form a living network that decomposes organic matter right where it falls. Unlike compost, which is produced outside the soil and then added back, this natural cycle happens in place, feeding plants continuously. Earthworms drag leaves underground. Fungi thread through roots delivering nutrients, and bacteria break down even the toughest materials. It's an ongoing, self-sustaining system. No turning, no smell, no hauling. Just nature, working at its best. Mulch. Nature's slow-release fertilizer. If there's one lesson I want you to take from this, it's that mulch is the closest thing to nature's secret weapon. Instead of throwing your garden scraps into a compost pile, lay them right on the soil surface. Shredded leaves, grass clippings, straw, or even kitchen scraps covered lightly with carbon-rich material. This is sheet mulching. As the mulch breaks down, it feeds soil organisms in place. It moderates temperature, holds in moisture, and prevents weeds. Unlike compost, which delivers a one-time boost when spread, mulch delivers a slow, steady release of nutrients, while encouraging the soil food web to thrive. I've seen beds transformed simply by layering organic matter on top and letting the worms pull it down. Within a season, the soil structure becomes crumbly, rich, and alive. Another reason compost is overrated is that it doesn't foster the same fungal networks that natural soil systems do. In fact, turning a compost pile over and over disrupts fungal growth. That's fine for breaking down materials fast, but it misses out on the long-term benefit fungi provide. In the wild, fungi are the unsung heroes. Their mycelial networks link plant roots together, moving nutrients and even water from one plant to another. A tree can literally feed a nearby seedling through fungal highways. Compost may contain some fungal spores, but it can't replicate the complexity of a living soil network. When you layer organic matter directly on the soil and avoid tilling, you give fungi the chance to build these underground highways. That's when plants begin to truly thrive. Not because you dumped on a load of compost, but because you fostered a living soil system. Let me be clear, I'm not saying compost is useless. I use it myself at times. But over-relying on compost can actually cause problems. First, homemade compost doesn't always have a balanced nutrient profile. It might be too rich in nitrogen, leading to weak, fast growth that pests love. Or it might lack certain minerals altogether. Second, adding compost in heavy layers can smother soil biology instead of supporting it. You end up with a dense mat that holds water too long or prevents air circulation. And finally, there's the simple fact that composting takes effort. Turning, monitoring, hauling, spreading. When nature already has a system in place, why not let it handle the job for you? Here's the secret. The best gardeners are the ones who stop trying to outsmart nature and instead learn to copy her. Instead of a compost pile, think in terms of layers. Cover bare soil with organic matter. Add variety, leaves, straw, wood chips, clippings, just like the forest floor. Let worms, fungi, and microbes process it in place. And, avoid constant digging or tilling that breaks up soil life. So, this approach actually creates a self-feeding system. Plants draw from a living, balanced soil year after year. You'll find you need fewer inputs, less watering, and, honestly, just less fuss overall. And here's the kicker. Your soil will keep improving instead of running out of steam. Compost, by contrast, is a finished product. Once you spread it, that's it. But the soil food web keeps working endlessly. When I stopped relying on compost and instead focused on feeding the soil in place, the difference was dramatic. My beds became softer, darker, and more alive than ever before. Crops held up better against dry spells, and pests were less of a problem because the plants grew strong and resilient. Instead of spending hours managing a compost pile, I simply used what I had as mulch. Grass clippings went straight back to the beds. Leaves from fall blanketed the soil for winter. Kitchen scraps disappeared beneath a light layer of straw. The garden became less work and more fun, and the results spoke for themselves. Compost isn't the villain, but it's not the hero either. It's a tool, but not the ultimate solution. The real magic happens when we let nature run the show. When we feed the soil food web, encourage fungi, and mimic the forest floor. If you want healthier soil, stronger plants, and less backbreaking work, stop worshiping the compost pile and start working with the systems already beneath your feet. That's the philosophy here at Soil Power. Trust nature, build soil, and let life do the heavy lifting. If this article helped you see soil in a new way, I'd love for you to subscribe to the Soil Power YouTube channel and share this resource with fellow gardeners. Together, we can spread the power of soil and grow gardens that thrive naturally. No compost pile required.